Hi, and welcome to this time of prayer. And how often have you found yourself at a real crossroads in life? That you've got a couple of directions to go, you're not sure which, or maybe you feel strongly pulled in one direction or another. Or maybe you're at a crossroads and you feel like no one's listening. Or it's one of those moments where you go, I don't know if I can do this anymore. So for today, and this passage we're actually going to cover on Sunday, this coming Sunday, is out of Acts 16, verses 25 through 28. And the focus this Sunday is about finding your voice when you feel like nobody is listening. And so as you think about the crossroads, also kind of reflect as I read through this about how you sometimes feel unheard. So starting in verse 25, around midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. All at once, there was such a violent earthquake that it shook the prison's foundations. The doors flew open and everyone's chains came loose. When the jailer awoke and saw the open doors of the prison, he thought the prisoners had escaped. So he drew the sword and was about to kill himself, but Paul shouted loudly, "Don't harm yourself, we're all here." So this moment where Paul and Silas are in prison, maybe they think nobody has heard them, which is kind of how they got there. And yet there is some hearing. They're praying, they're singing hymns to God. They've got a particular attitude with what is happening in this moment. And then this earthquake happens, which in this region, earthquakes happen all the time because this is in northern Greece. Earthquakes happen all the time. And the prison doors come open and they could all leave. And the jailer is freaked out because he thinks he is going to be in some really major trouble. Like he could be held on charges. He could face the death penalty. And so he's like, I'm out of here. I don't want to deal with this. And Paul calls out to him. So Paul is listening in a way, right? He's listening to the jailer who probably previous to this didn't care at all for what Paul was doing, because he's sleeping. They're singing hymns, they're praying. The jailer is sleeping away, doesn't care what they're saying, doesn't care what they're doing. But all of a sudden it does matter. And his life is changed forever. And so even though so often we ourselves feel unheard, who are those that maybe we aren't hearing? That actually have something life-changing, something good and wonderful. Or maybe we are being heard and we just don't know it yet. To think about how all of that comes through as we're trying to make decisions, as we come across these moments of which direction in life are we going to take? And who are we listening to? Where are we going and searching? Who are we listening to when we find ourselves at these really important crossroads in life, and even in the everyday where we've got to make decisions, we've got to choose a path, we've got to be on this journey somehow? Who are we listening to? Pray with me. Oh God, there are days where we don't feel like anybody is listening ever, that we wonder what's the point of any of it. Help us, oh God, to understand that you are forever listening, that there are others who hear us. Help us, oh God, to listen as well, to be able to calm all that is in us so that we may hear how you are guiding us. We may hear your words of wisdom through others. We may be guided in new paths this day, that we may navigate that crossroads better today with your help. Amen. Have a great one.